Which election, Guntram, out of those big three, presents the biggest risk?
Well, look, I think the smallest risk is coming from Germany. I'm quite convinced of that. Then I think the biggest risk is probably France if it goes really bad. The Netherlands, my understanding is that probably the center will hold, even though it could look quite ugly. But I would say, I mean, the real risk and the real danger is, of course, that things go badly in France, and that would mean a very dramatic shock for the European Union, for the euro, and for the global economy, for sure.
Do you think markets are adequately pricing in, Guntram, the risks of a Le Pen victory?
Well, look, I frankly, I don't know. I think the electoral system is, of course, done in a way that it's going to be pretty hard for Marine Le Pen to win the second round in the elections. But what we do not know is, what kind of new political news on all the other candidates could come up. There's chatter, of course, that Russia is very active and so on. So we don't know what's going to happen in terms of the credibility of all the other candidates. And so indeed, there could be some risk out there.
Does a Le Pen victory preempt a breakup of the EU?
Well, it's a very good question, and my gut feeling is that in that case, indeed, it would be extremely difficult to hold together the European Union. I would suspect that we will see immediately strong market reactions if Mrs. Le Pen gets elected, and then it becomes almost a self-fulfilling story, because once you have strong market reactions, something has to happen, because the European Central Bank cannot stand forever in the fire line if we see massive capital movements. So I think there is a lot of uncertainty out there, a lot of risk, and indeed, it's a risky affair, the whole thing.